त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकम् इव बन्धनात् मृत्योः मुक्षीय मा amrutat. We praise the three-eyed God, Shiva, who is beautifully fragranced, who is growingly prosperous, like a cucumber that is bound. May I be free from bondage, from death, and may I not be free from immortality. In this video, we are going to discuss the Mahāmṛtyuñjaya mantra, also known as the Triyambakam mantra or the Shiva mantra. Now, mantra, in a very general sense, means a vehicle or a transporter of the mind. Man meaning the mind, and tra is a type of movement or transporter or vehicle or instrument. Okay? And mantras are often chanted to fixate the attention of the mind onto some singular object, onto a single object. And so the attention is focused and the attention doesn't waver onto many, onto different things that just appear into our consciousness and we get distracted. That's one purpose of a mantra. There are other purposes of mantras. For example, the belief is in this particular Vedic society, in the society of the Vedas, which I will explain, there's a relationship between the words that we say and the sound and the vibrations with the universe and what the universe gives us and how we our relationship and how we interact with it particularly. And so what we say has some sort of an impact. And so mantras, when pronounced properly, exactly how they're supposed to be pronounced based on the sound, should yield particular effects, because there's a relationship between what is done here and what is done in the cosmos. So that is one other purpose for mantra. So we have many different purposes of mantras, and we will go over this. But in this video, we're gonna go over the Mahāmṛtyuñjaya mantra. This mantra means Mahāmṛtyuñjaya, Jaya conquering, Mrityu death, Maha great. The great death conquering mantra. And so I want to give a little bit of a background before I just go into the mantra and explain it, because the background is important. We need to know the context, and we need to know why it's said, what it's for, and what it's for will be explained later, but we have to get the context down. And so first and foremost, this mantra is associated with Bhagavan Shiva, Lord Shiva. Shiva is, especially within the Hindu community, within Hindu belief, Shiva is a deity, a god, who has transcended the cycles of birth and death, samsara. This god is seen or depicted as having long hair, as having some sort of a staff or a trident, snakes around his neck, and most importantly, in this particular context, with three eyes, the third eye. This deity, Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva, is known for conquering desire, kama, is known for, wandering, cremation grounds, being very, very, benevolent, very kind to all creatures, especially creatures that are not accepted, like ghouls and ghosts and snakes, different types of creatures that are not necessarily, everyone doesn't prefer to be around them, but Shiva is also kind to them. So Shiva is known as the benevolent, right? The benevolent, kind, or the auspicious God who tends to give you your boon or what you want and what you ask for immediately. And in fact, it's very interesting. So this is the ideal of Shiva within the Hindu belief system. And there's much more to say about Shiva, and we will go into that. But for now, this mantra is known to be related to Shiva. And most importantly, this mantra is related to Shiva in the way that it is related to Rudra. Now, what does this mean? Rudra is a deity, one of the gods that is mentioned in the Vedas. Now, if you remember, the Vedas are the oldest scriptures of Hinduism, the oldest scriptures of Vedic society. They were passed down orally from guru to disciple, orally. They were chanted and practiced. Young children at a young age, Brahmins, Brahmanas, they were taught the Vedas and they were supposed to chant them and do these particular practices and rituals, etc. And so, in the Vedas, we have references to different gods. Agni, Varuna, Vayu, Indra, Brahaspati, etc. Rudra being one of them. Rudra has different descriptions, right, that are similar to Shiva's descriptions. And Rudra is known as this, in a way, like a god of storm, a god of destruction, destroying things and breaking things to create and leave space for creation of new things. But often, this people, the Brahmins or the Brahmanas would pray to Rudra, for many different purposes. And so they would also pray to other gods for different purposes. And so now the Rig Veda, it is said by scholars and historians to be composed around 1700 BCE to 1200 BCE, that time frame. Okay? Now, this is what scholars and historians say. If we go into the community, the Hindu community, the belief system, okay, they believe that the Vedas are timeless, that there is no composition date for the Vedas. It was always there, but through meditation and through revelation, the rishis, the saints, the practitioners, or the practitioners, the rishis, right, sages, they, through conquering their senses, through living certain lifestyles, they meditated and it was revealed to them. That's the belief, and that's what Hindus ascribe to. On the other hand, historians say that it was composed around this particular time. If there is a bridge between this, if there's a gap, we'll have to go into that. But it's very important to know there's a difference between the historical understanding and the the belief understanding of the community. And sometimes they conflict, sometimes they come together. So this mantra was mentioned in the Rig Veda. This is the oldest Veda. Then the Yajur Veda and the Atharva Veda. These are older than the Rig Veda. Okay? Now, let's go into the mantra. So here we have the first part. Triyambakam yajamahe. Triyambakam yajamahe. So, Triyambakam means the three-eyed one. Triyambakam, the one with three eyes. Okay? We know this is referring to Shiva and Rudra because, these are the deities that have three eyes, And so, we have Triyambakam, yajamahe, yajamahe. Yajamahe means we worship, right? All of us, we worship. It's a plural form, yajamahe. So, Triyambakam, yajamahe. Together, we worship the three-eyed one. The next part is Sugandhim, Sugandhim. Sugandhim means beautiful fragrance, beautiful smell, right? It's an adjective, and we're adding it to Triyambakam. So together we worship the three-eyed one with the beautiful fragrance, beautiful smell. Okay? Then we have Pushti Vardhanam, Pushti Vardhanam. Pushti is a type of auspiciousness, prosperousness, right? Prosperous, okay? Beneficial luck. Pushti Vardhanam. Vardhanam, constantly growing and increasing. Growing, increasing, expanding, right? So we have, together we worship the three-eyed one who has a beautiful fragrance and is constantly growing in auspiciousness and prosperousness. These are the different adjectives here. Then we have Urva Rukham. Urva Rukham. I believe it's Urva Rukham, not Rukham. Sorry. Urva Rukham. Rukham. No, Rukham. Urva Rukham. This is a type of like a melon or a cucumber some sort of a, I guess a vegetable or something, the melon or a cucumber, some urvarukam iva. Iva means like or as. So like a cucumber or like a melon or like some sort of a vegetable, right? Urvarukam iva bandhanat. Bandhanat, which means, so bandhana means bondage, something that is bound, right? It's not free, it's bound, okay? So like a melon or like a cucumber or some sort of vegetable that is bound, right, to its roots or to the things that hold it, whatever particular vegetable or, whatever type of thing that it's referring to in this case. So let's say like a cucumber, right? Like a cucumber that is bound, right? So bandhanat, from bondage, okay? Mrutyoho, mrutyu means death, right? Mrutyoho, which means from death. So from bondage, from death, okay? Mukshiya means may I be free, right? May I be free. Mahāmṛtyuñjaya. Ma means not, right? It's a negation, not. Amrutat, from eternality, right? From immortality. Amruta means eternality, right? Mruta means death. Amruta, cancellation, is not death, eternality, immortality. So, like a cucumber, right? That is bound from bondage, from death, may I be free, not from eternality. So, together we worship the three-eyed God, Shiva, that has a beautiful fragrance, that is growing in prosperity. Like a cucumber that is bound, may I be free from this bondage of death and not be free from eternality. In other words, O Shiva, I worship you. O Rudra, I worship you. We worship you. And free me from death and make me go towards immortality. So it's beautiful. So, Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukam iva bandhanat mrutyor mukshiya mamritat. So, Mahāmṛtyuñjaya, right? So, this mantra, if you can kind of guess it, right, is chanted for liberation purposes. Moksha, liberation from the cycle of birth and death. But more on a ground level here, it is chanted for health concerns. Lead me away from sickness, from disease, bring me towards health, heal me, make me stay healthy. Lord Shiva, Bhagavan Shiva. So it's for liberation purposes, right? And also for health purposes. This is, the Hindu community today will chant it for these purposes in different areas. Also, of course, to worship Shiva. A mantra specifically related to a particular god will be chanted for that god. And also, it was chanted, if you look in these verses, in the verses of the Vedas, it is written in that context, right? Please free me from this, free me from that, etc. And it is, when I looked at the particular, I guess we call it a hymn, or that particular area of where it was mentioned, which I'll get that word correctly. There's different deities that are mentioned, different gods, devas that are mentioned, and then the Shiva mantra is mentioned. So here, where we have it. So the Mahāmṛtyuñjaya mantra, the great death conquering mantra, is a mantra to Bhagavan Shiva or Rudra, the Vedic deity, for purposes of liberation and purposes of health. And so it's about the comparison to a cucumber, to a type of vegetable that is bound, and free me from that bondage of death, free me from death, but not free me from immortality. Make me go towards immortality. So, thank you for watching. If you have any, questions, concerns, comments, recommendations, let me know. If you find this helpful, please do subscribe, share it with your friends, and we'll continue to go through different mantras and different ideas and concepts. So thank you. The key terms in this video include Triyambaka, which means the three-eyed one or three-eyed. Yajamahe is a verb from the root yaj, to worship, and in this case the verb means we worship, together we worship. It's in plural. Sugandhi, which means beautiful fragrance or scent as an adjective. Pushti means prosperity. Vardhana means growing or increasing. Urvaruka is a type of cucumber or a type of vegetable, something that is bound by its roots or by vines, etc. Eva, which means like or as. Bandhana, which means bondage or binding. Mrityu means death. Mukshiya is a benedictive, it's a verb, means may I be free. Ma means not as a negation. And Amrita, which means immortality or not death, because Mrita means death.